This is MMA Inside the Cage. I'm Joe D. And I'm not sure if any of you out there have actually seen the diagram of man's evolution, but I came across it for some reason on the internet the other day, and I noticed that the Nogueira brothers look like they fall somewhere between Neanderthal and Cro-Magnon, and it's scary how much they resemble that diagram. And with that in mind, this Saturday night on the Frank Mir Crow Cop card, which doesn't look to be like the most exciting card of the year by far, but of course most people are still going to pay-per-view it, the Nogueira, Little Nog, and Ryan Bader fight is going to be on that card, and I think that's actually going to be a pretty interesting fight, because Nogueira had a pretty poor showing his last fight, and we all know what Little Nog can do. He's got some serious hands, and the Nogueira brothers in that camp, they're all about the jitz, so they have some serious jitz going on. And Ryan Bader, of course, was trained by Antonio Rodrigo in The Ultimate Fighter, and a lot of people were wondering if that's going to come into play because they may have a little heads up on Ryan Bader, but I don't think that's really going to have much to do about nothing, because Ryan Bader is a completely different fighter now than when he fought on The Ultimate Fighter. On The Ultimate Fighter, he was basically just a wrestler, and now I think he's really kind of groomed himself a lot more in all the areas of MMA. I'm not going to say he is, you know, a seriously experienced, you know, veteran, but he definitely has come a long way since The Ultimate Fighter, and he does have some serious heavy hands, and his wrestling by far is going to outshine Little Nog's wrestling, but Little Nog definitely has the nod in jiu-jitsu. There's no doubt about it, and it's going to be interesting to see how this goes down, because again, it's going to be the wrestler versus the jitsu, and if they stand up, I mean, who knows? I don't see this fight standing up for all that long, though. I really don't. I think Nog is going to have the advantage in the stand-up, unless Bader can really catch him flush. You know, it has all the makings to be something pretty interesting, and I think now, like, it's very big in question, jiu-jitsu versus wrestling, because there's been so much talk about how wrestling has now consumed mixed martial arts to the point where people are using wrestling as stall tactics to just win fights, and we've had a lot of fighters come out and say, "Hey, look, this is ridiculous." You know, Hardy as one of them, and Miller was one of them, and they come out, you know, and they were talking about how, you know, people are using wrestling just to have lame wins in mixed martial arts. And well, you know what? You have to understand that wrestling is part of mixed martial arts, and if you don't want that to happen as a fighter, you train wrestling. You train takedown defense. If you don't let the wrestler take you down, then he has no choice but to stand up with you. He may keep going for the takedown, but if you're a Chuck Liddell and you can stop that takedown, you are now taking away 100% of their game, you know, according to you, if you're saying that that's all they've got. So it's going to be very interesting. We'll see how this plays out. This is MMA Inside the Cage, and I'm Joe D.